Hello guys. Um, yeah, my wife right now I still have not my time to go to work yet, so I'm gonna make some pullover for myself today. So what I'm gonna do today, it's gonna use this Mecca coffee beans, a house blend. Um, it's actually an espresso blend. It's very versatile for literally anything. Not that recommended for stovetop, which is mocha, but other than that, it's great. And another thing is if you guys looking for any like anything like you know a bag to seal your stuff, an IKEA seal bag will actually do the job. It's actually better than Fellow. You don't need to spend I don't know how many. You don't need to spend like 37 or $68 to buy one of those things. To only store coffee, IKEA bags, it'd be fabulous, and it's literally reusable. One bag lasts, I can't say forever, but lasts a long time. The equipment I'm using today is it's very budget friendly. I have a timer scale with a timer built in. I have a tiny little pour over ladle, and I have a timer chestnut mm, grinder. Yeah. The recipe we're using today is 15 grams of coffee beans, and we are using 250 grams of hot water. So of course, I'm gonna boil my hot water. You don't really need to like if you're just making it for yourself, you don't aim for anything crazy. You don't necessarily need a very expensive kettle like the fellow one because really I can't say there's no point, but it's just, you know, you're making coffee, it's for the joy of it. It's not like for the money, so you don't really need to spend that much money on something. So what I'm doing now, I'm not sure if you can see it. What I'm doing now is just simply, yeah, I might just rotate my camera because there's something wrong with the orientation of the. So what I'm doing now, I'm actually wetting the filtered paper. By doing this, I'm actually able to get my paper wet, so it's gonna be very easy when I'm going to pour, so there's no funky flavors on. And I'm just gonna put it like this. And for pour over, the consistency of your coffee grind, it's like slightly finer than rough sand. So that way you're actually able to get more extractions on it. So it'll be like something looking like this. And the recipe I'm using today is 15 grams for 250 milk of hot water. So you might end up with a yield about mm, close to 200, I would say. So once you put it on, it'll be looking like this, and then we just need to shake it a little bit. Oh, many people actually said that pour over has a lot of skills involved, It's actually, it's very hard. It's not easy. Mm, yeah, they're right. If you're gonna make it like, competitions level, gonna do it like crazy. So first things, I'm already starting pour it now. First thing what we do, we pour it in the center, doing tiny little bit of circle. And then I will tend to do around close to 3 times the amount of water in for a process called blooming. Blooming is trying to release the carbon dioxide inside the coffee beans during their roasting process. So you will expect quite a lot of airs in, and blooming will take around 40 seconds. And once the blooming is kind of done, it depends on how your ages of coffee and how fresh is your coffee is. If your coffee is very fresh, they might have some carbon dioxide in it. And also, if your coffees are very dark roast, there will be a lot of carbon dioxide in it. For the one that I have here, there's not much. So now you can see this is what the blooming start. I just pour it to the center until it completely flow over. Then I'm starting doing a little circle. By doing this, I'm able to even out the water. So what I'm aiming is I'm aiming before by 2 minute time, I'm gonna pour close to 200 mil. So you do want to, slow down a little bit. It also depends on your grind sizes as well. So once it's 2 minutes, well, once it's 200, I will stop a little bit. I do a little bit of swirling to even out the grind. Yep, by the look of it, this time I actually make it slightly too fine. And there's one little issues with my little gooseneck. It's it's very small. So yep, 2 minute reach, and then we keep on putting water. Yep. So it's around 250 grams, and then just wait. Just wait for the extraction finish. The magic happens, and technically that's how you can get a port over done. It's very simple. It's easy. Sometimes I think that making coffee it's not a super hard thing as long as you give it some time. Yeah, good equipment helping. Good equipment are actually able to help you with better time because you're actually able to save your time by using money. But if you lacking of cash like me, then we just drink it like that. So now the extraction is complete and the surface it's relatively flat. That means the extraction is good and I extracted a decent amount of coffee. And then we just take it up, put it aside. If you want, you can smell it and just chuck it in the sink and then grab your favorite cup. Then do a little bit of swirling, smell it a little bit, and then we pour. So if you guys are interested in grinders like that, I mean a timer like this, yeah, you can just go online and search a thing called timer. This is one called timer Black Mirror. It's actually pretty good as a pour over grinder, as a coffee grinder. We have about 6 cafes, so they all using this budget-friendly grind timer and scale because there's no point spending something very expensive and you're kind of getting the same result. So, yep. Okay, let's taste it. So for pour over, if you are not very sure about what it should taste like and you want to have some coffee, pour over should be tasting very similar to a what do you call that? For filtered coffee, very similar to filter coffee, the one that like McDonald's, but of course the quality is not like McDonald's. This is way better. So you can actually taste the fruitiness, the flavor, the note inside your coffee. Um, the most important thing is it should not be really, really, really sour, and it should not be really, really, really bitter. If it's too bitter, that means your coffee may be super heavy roasted, or maybe you make it way too fine. If it's very sour and yeah, very, very sour. Normally you will not get a very, very sour coffee from a pour over. You will have kind of balanced coffee. So it's or maybe I would say it does taste like tea, pretty strong tea. Normally, what I introduce this to first time drinker, I would say that imagine you go to a very fancy tea shop. This is what they're going to serve it to you. Of course, by using single origins or some of the coffee beans that have more fruity characteristic like tropical berry, stone fruit, and citrus, like those kind of flavors actually will stand out when you're doing pour over. It will because technically those flavors actually taste a lot more clear when it's in the black coffee stage. Yeah. So there we go. That's pretty much it, and I need to go to work and have fun. See you guys next time. Bye bye.